Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while. You probably missed Benj's face, probably not so much mine. But yeah, CleanKIX T back here with Benj from CleanKIX for another video. Today we're gonna be covering, I guess the best way to describe it is like top 10 shoes of the year thus far. We were gonna do it at like a halfway point, but the summer got kind of crazy for us. So here we are, 4 months late, doing it now. Better late than never.
Yeah, before we get into the video, guys, like and subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll be posting more often now. We're gonna start getting consistent, so just make sure that you know what's up. Stay tuned till the end for the secret word, and we'll shout you out in the next video.
Or you could, you know, just scroll all the way to the end if you want. But don't
That's
do that.
true,
This is good. This is gonna be a good video.
Yeah.
You don't wanna miss
Informational.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just get straight into it. We're just gonna cover 10 or so shoes that we feel like have been the highlight up until this point of the year, and kind of talk about what we like about them. So I'll let Benj go first.
All right, so we kind of have like a combined list. I did my top 5, Tyler did his top 5. So I'll start out with I made a couple honorable mentions. So my first honorable mention is the Travis Scotts that they dropped this year. So they dropped the Air Max 1s. The Baroque colorway is the best in my opinion.
Agreed.
The Saturn Golds are bad. They look nice.
They're okay.
No, but they're bad now. Like, I don't know. In person,
Agree to disagree. I think they're okay.
Yeah, it's fair enough. But I think that's like a shoe that if it wasn't Travis Scott, people would still like it. It wouldn't be so crazy, but like, it's a brown shoe. People like the color brown. And that's the same with the reverse mochas I put down, because that's a shoe that if it was like a dunk and like a suede dunk that was brown and tan, and it'd be a good dunk that does well. So I think those are more like heat than hype. Not like they are, but they could be if they weren't Travis Scott's. So that's what I have on an honorable mention. My second honorable mention is the Mambasita Kobe 6s, and put that on because super dope shoe that they did in like honor of them, Kobe and Gigi. So yeah, it was kind of a gimme. That's my honorable mentions. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I do. I think I have one honorable mention. It's going to be the Paisley Sb Dunks. Had a couple pairs in the shop. Tempted to buy them. I just think, again, it's a brown shoe, right? Neutral colored shoes. You know how we feel about neutral colors over here. But with enough pop that you can kind of wear them with whatever. They draw attention. And then I think it's cool the cutaway, which is pretty popular, pretty common with a lot of SBs, with just that white underlay. I think that looks really good in certain places. So
I think those are cool too, because like if you skate, like they just kind of
just skate it off.
Yeah. Then
sure.
It looks really cool because it's not just like all cutaway. I think it's cool. All right, you want to start with your? Sure. All right.
I'll start us out. So this is in no particular order, but to start off the list, I've got the military black Jordan 4s. So a little bit of a twist on a more classic colorway, the military blues. They brought them back. They used a little bit different materials this time, but really good quality. When they first dropped, you know, they were hovering around $300, and then recently they have just kind of skyrocketed. And I think this shoe will kind of continue to go up just because it's easy to wear. Jordan 4s are, you know, pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're rising in popularity. A lot of people think 4s are the new ones. I am one of those people. So yeah, just gonna continue to go up. So if you're eyeing a pair, you should get them now before they're $500 by Christmas.
Yeah, I feel like they'll sit around like $500 if they don't re-release them.
Yeah.
$500 shoe, like, could go up even more in the next like couple of years, depending on how they age. But one of mine, Fire Red 3s, super dope.
Don't even need to say anything.
Yeah, it's just
classic. Did a great job on the re-release. I feel like good materials. They didn't rush them, kind of pushed them back when they needed to. But yeah, very clean pair, very crisp.
Okay, so my next one, I've got the Fruity Pack SBs.
Got those on my list too.
Yeah, so the cherries are my least favorite, probably. Toss up between the green and the blue. I don't know, I can't decide. But
they're all just clean pairs. I
yeah.
think they did a really good job like executing them. Obviously SB, so they have a little bit higher quality materials. Yeah. Just the different colors, the different things they did with it. Good details.
I feel like it's a cool shoe that's super wearable. Like they did wearable colors on, but they still pop. So I think they're really cool.
And it's like some of them are like a little bit brighter, more vibrant, like the green apples and the blue raspberries, and then the cherries and pineapples I feel like are a little bit more toned down, kind of like you said, but just a good blend for everybody. So okay, we'll go next on my list. I've got the Jackie Robinson Dunks. I do personally wish that they would have made these in SB. If that was the case, they would also be $1,000 right now. So, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But for just being a normal dunk, and I also think they should have maybe done a special box for them.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah, but I digress. For being just a normal dunk, with obviously added details, I think everything about the shoe is crazy. The pair that we had in the shop before we sold, I'd walk in every day, I'd look at it and be like, am I gonna buy that today?
It
wasn't even my size. It wasn't even my size. It was too big. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy those today.
I feel like it's a really cool display shoe. That's one you keep and you keep forever. Like, I don't know, that sits in the closet or
one to rock,
shelf.
one to stock. That's the kind of shoe.
Yeah. And the details on that shoe are insane. Like, the laces are cool. The little like silver writing all over it. Super dope shoe. As a Dodgers fan too, like, they're crazy. Yeah, okay. My next one, I had the Union Dunks. All 3 colorways are banger.
I actually didn't have those on my list.
Yeah, I forgot about the Jackies. Yeah, that one hurts, but it's all right. I'm still proud of my list. So the Union Dunks, I think they did a really good job on these. Like, the colorways are super cool, and they're not like, I don't know, I feel like it's something they kind of haven't done really with those. So like a new color scheme kind of, especially like the Lakers one, like they haven't really done that with the Union yet. Yeah. So thought that was cool. Same with the Argons. Those were, and like all of them had really unique like color blocking. So
they did a really good job for having 3 pairs of shoes that like are the same model and the same base design. They did a really good job making them different enough to feel like if you really like the shoes, if you got all 3, you would have 3 completely different shoes. Yeah. So yeah,
I feel like that's kind of what they did with the 4s too. Like, kind of did the same thing.
Exactly. Like, I don't feel like really any of those are like copy pasted.
Yeah.
But all like kind of original and like really good ideas, and like the colors that they chose for all of them. Like the pistachio ones, I would have never chosen like that mint kind of green and the navy blue to go together.
But it works.
But it works super well. And then the Argons, the 2 shades of blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
really good job.
Crazy pairs. I like the caging on them too, kind of like the overlay. I think that's a really nice touch. So.
Union, honestly, they don't miss.
Yeah.
They don't miss.
Yeah.
All right, I've got Bart Simpson Dunks on my list now. Kind of a shoe, this is kind of elusive. Like the drops, like there was a shock drop, there wasn't really a drop, they dropped overseas. It was kind of weird for a while. I was eyeballing a pair, I didn't end up getting them, but every time I see them on foot, like those shoes are beautiful.
I feel like it's one of those shoes that if you can pull it off, you can pull it off and it looks super dope, but I don't know. I feel like on some people they could look really goofy.
For sure.
I don't know. They kind of look like clown shoes. But here, I can just even grab this right here. Like, they give me clown colorway vibes, but at the same time, they're super dope. Like, super cool, super good materials. And they're SBs. Everybody loves SBs.
Can't go wrong with SBs.
Yeah, if you can rock it, rock it. If you don't, still rock it if you like it, but you know, might not look as dope. All right, this one I think might be the most slept on release of the year.
Okay.
The Georgetown ones.
The 85s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really hear any talk about those at all.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot they dropped,
I was
honestly.
gonna say, yeah, they kind of just came and went.
Yeah, there was that one pair that we got a sneaker con, then it was gone, and then haven't thought about them since.
Yeah, and I think the problem with like the 85 cut, they are like less comfortable because they are, built a little bit more narrow. Yeah. But honestly, like the colorway,
insane.
It's so crisp, like so clean. Did a really good job on those. I really like those. Obviously, materials are great on those. Yeah. Yeah, but you're for sure right. Like definitely a pair that I feel like is slept on.
Yeah.
And prices on those too have like been dropping.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't looked.
Yeah, I think.
'Cause they're like what, $450?
I think they're cheaper than that now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe that'll be a future pickup. Maybe it'll be a Christmas present I give to myself.
It's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah. That's all I have to say for those.
Okay. I have a few more pairs on the list. I could go through them all. I'm just gonna rattle off a few that I really like this year. This is gonna be more than 10. I apologize. We lied. Yeah. There's just been too many good releases.
This year's kind of been banger. Like
the A Ma Maniere and the Union 2s. I prefer the Union 2s personally, but I think A Ma Maniere did a really good job kind of reimagining the shoe. Same with Union, adding good details that like you really haven't seen on OG pairs of 2s. To give it like a more modern look and feel. And then Joe Freshgood, New Balance 9060s. New Balance, honestly, the last, what, 18 months maybe? Some really good releases.
Just, they rose up from nowhere, like.
Yeah, for sure.
Dad shoe to dope shoe, like.
Dad to dope.
Yeah.
More recent releases too, and then I'll have my last one. Yellow Toes, or Taxis, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Have been kind of teased, since last year. We've been waiting on them. They finally came out, and I think honestly they were everything that we were expecting them to be. Same color blocking as Shatter Backboard ones, which are like, really what brought Jordan 1s back to popularity. And with kind of how Jordan 1s have been going down lately, maybe it's gonna do the same thing, maybe not, I don't know. And then the last thing, just the Dodger and the Philly SBs. Again,
yeah,
just SBs have just been really nice this year.
I love those so much. They're really clean. Like they didn't go wrong with those at all. And like the gum on the bottom, that is such the dopest detail. Like,
yeah, it's such a minimal thing, but it is such a good touch.
Like
I feel like adds a lot to this.
That's what makes it a collection. Yeah. I think if you get all the pairs, it's that like, I don't know, not just the fact that they're all baseball, but just like the gum on the bottom.
Like when I think back to playing Little League, I think of like the big chew gum that like came in the strip. That, which is like a perfect reminder on the Dodger SBs, and then I think of like sunflower. So to have that embodied in a shoe really just kind of brings back those memories.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool if they did something with like sunflower seeds on the sole of the shoe.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty crazy. So my last one, all the 4s they dropped. Like the number one, I'd say military blacks, of course. Like 4s were already starting to get more popular, but this like revolutionized it. Like people started going crazy over these.
Yeah.
And then they released, the Red Thunders were after, right?
Red Thunders were before. Red Thunders were in January.
Yeah, and those were just kind of like, they weren't that expensive. And then military blacks released, infrareds released. Now they're all up.
Black Canvas 4s release here in a few days.
Yeah.
So
that might be on
another video.
Yeah, I think those, like, they didn't miss on those. The materials are nuts.
Yeah. And the infrareds, that was a little questionable at first.
Yeah, I was too.
But after kind of having like pairs in hand and looking over them, I think that's, you know, a shoe in a year or two that's going to be pretty expensive. So.
Yeah, and same with the Red Thunders. Those kind of were they're slept on. I didn't like them that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally just red of the OG Thunders, which are
coming back next year.
Yeah. Which, yeah. So I think it'd be kind of cool if they did more colors of that too, but not too many.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to pump them out, but like if they kept a steady flow of those,
every couple of years.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Yeah. That's all I have to say for those.
Last on my list, wrap this video up, is gonna be the Louis Vuitton Off-White Air Force Ones, the auction style that they did those on. Not really much to say here. I've seen a couple pairs like in person. Those shoes are insane. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
My only thing with those is they're just like a little too much. I would never buy them for myself.
I wouldn't either, no.
But they're a cool display shoe.
It is a display shoe, yeah.
So I think they're cool and all, but it's just like, for me personally, top 10, not in mine, because I would never get them.
Yeah, right.
So
I feel like I probably would never, definitely had to mention them on this list.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. So
that's it for me. If you guys like the video, make sure that you comment down below, you like, subscribe. The secret word of today is going to be cookie dough, because I had cookie dough ice cream over the weekend and it was phenomenal. So today, comment cookie dough down below. We will shout you out in the next video. That's all we got here. Follow our social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok. We're on Twitter, but you definitely don't need to follow us on Twitter because we don't do much on there. But go ahead, follow us on Twitter. You know, maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. And Whatnot, follow us on Whatnot. We're gonna be doing more and more live shows, hopefully every Wednesday and every Saturday. So go check us out. Now over to CleanKIX G.
We end the video.